Good afternoon, and welcome back to The Siege, or good morning, good evening. Welcome back, folks. It is the Tuesday. Let me switch to live here. Hello. Hi. Hoi. How are you all doing, folks? It is Tuesday. And Draco, to answer your question, no, that's on purpose. People have to put the dot between YouTube and com, and I just assume that most people will get the idea that there is a dot missing between youtube.com, right? Why am I doing this? Because Twitter is a shitfest, an absolutely shit show, especially under the glorious Elon Musk. And it basically punishes people who put a link into their tweets. Yep. It marks them as spam. And if you are not getting interaction with said tweet, it will stay as spam. And I've already seen like a big difference between my tweet yesterday in comparison to my usual tweets, how many people are seeing it, and that's basically where I removed the link. So yeah, links are being considered spam by Twitter and being filtered as spam, so basically nobody sees them if it doesn't get enough interaction. So look, Twitter is a shit show at this point, no matter what. You just have to look at this right now. Right here, like the stupid Shiba dog, the Dogecoin, which, by the way, you can still see like the white circle around here they missed, which apparently is exactly what they wanted, because apparently there is a lawsuit against, like a pretty high billion-dollar lawsuit against Elon Musk right now, and it's about like Shiba coin, and he's basically like trying to confuse the search algorithm. And so if everyone is like talking about the Shiba coin on Twitter and the picture, the search engines will link to that instead of the $200 billion lawsuit or something. So, yay! Trying to influence the masses. Cool. I love that. That was so fun. Like, man, Twitter is just such a shit show. And it really sucks. Like, the biggest problem is that on Twitter, like for content creators, Twitter is unfortunately super duper important. I know I have seen a lot of people saying like, oh well, when Twitter is dead, like, does it really matter? For me as a content creator, yes, it does matter quite a bit, because it is big. Like Twitter, like the amount of companies I was able to reach out to just for Twitter is just crazy, right? So unfortunately, not being on Twitter is pretty big. So unfortunately, yeah, don't really have anything. I'm on Tumblr now, but Tumblr, I am pretty sure, is the wrong place. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy Tumblr, but it's the last. It's just the wrong thing for it. Give me just a second here. Give me just a second here. There we go. Yeah, I'm on Tumblr, but Tumblr is also not acknowledged by anyone. Like, Tumblr is not even showing up in any of the, hey, if you are a content creator and you were interested to create content for this game, please enter all your social media stuff, and Tumblr is not even showing up. It's this, oh, well, pretty sure it's the right place, but we don't really have another one. Like, here, what was it, Hive? Like, don't get me wrong, I loved Hive, but Hive was not ready yet. And B, it's only available on phone, and I hate phone. So, yeah, it's a problem. So, unfortunately, I have to keep up with Twitter, as bullshittery as it is. Yay! So, let's talk about what we are doing today together. You might wondering, wait a minute, Mole. Are we playing Last Epoch? Why are we playing Last Epoch? We're playing Last Epoch because I want to play Last Epoch. Simple as that. It's just for me. Like, here's the thing, man. Yes, Dredge. I'm looking at Dredge, and as amazing as it looks, I have no desire to play it right now, which really kind of sucks. Have a Nice Death was fun, but So I don't really have like a lot. And Tainted Grail just needs some patches. I would definitely put some significant hours into Tainted Grail. The moment that game is A, not as buggy as it is right now, and B, if there is more content. Because funny enough, there's not much to do in the game. Remember when we played the game for a little bit, and I visited now 2 places. Like, the one place we did visit on live stream, and then I did visit another place off stream. And there's basically 5 more places I could have visited afterwards, and then the game is over. There's not much there. It's a very, very short game. Like, a lot of people say it takes about like 10 hours to finish everything there is to be finished in early access. And that's like, oh, okay. That's quick. Like, wow. So, yeah. I don't really have anything. So, let's talk about the rest of the week. Everspace 2. So, this is a bit interesting. I have been looking into when Everspace 2 is leaving early access. Well, on Thursday. Duh, we know that. But what I meant is at which time, and unfortunately it's a 7 p.m. release. Now, I was curious if you could just jump into Everspace with your early access version and then just playing that till the release is coming around, and then you can, update to 1.0, and you can take your save file with you, right? So the answer is yes. Yes. But apparently with 1.0, there are a lot of new stuff coming in. And if you already zoomed beyond that point, so let's say they're adding like some new ship mechanic into the game, right? That you can add some new parts to your ship or whatever. And you basically did play beyond that point in the early access version. It would not be available to you in 1.0 because you missed the point where you could unlock it, and they don't really have plan for that. So here's the thing. They made it very clear from the beginning that they actually do not want to support any of the early access save games to begin with, right? They said that when 1.0 was coming out, it will be a clean slate. Now they have announced that, no, we can offer you a solution. But the thing is, I don't really know how far we get, what we would miss out. So I would like not to do that, right? I would like to start with 1.0. Thing is, if we do that, we will not play Everspace till next week, Tuesday. Yep. Why? Because, well, this Friday, it's Easter. It's a holiday here. I'm not streaming. The same goes for Monday. So I will take a relatively lengthy break. There will be some videos, by the way, in between, so don't you worry about that. But I think with Everspace, then we have to wait till next Tuesday. If I cannot get like an early access thingy to 1.0, which I doubt. I don't even know which company is taking care of Everspace 2 when it comes to PR. Maybe I should just go on the other side of the street and ask them directly. Maybe I should just go over to the other side of the street, knock at their door and be like, hey, I'm a streamer. Can you give me like early access, please? And they would be like, what the fuck? Nein. Nein. Yeah, that will probably be the reaction. But we will see. We will definitely play Everspace. Everspace is on my list. Maybe we have something else. We have to see. Let me see. What was it called? Let me see. There was another pretty interesting game which is coming out on Thursday. Man, everyone's coming out on Thursday. Shit. Not Undead. Oh my god, what's the name? Let me see. I think I have saved it in my phone. Give me a second. Undeadly? No. Damn it. What was the name of that game? Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this super quickly. If I'm not finding this now, like I'm going crazy. I'm going unhinged. No. Well, my phone is apparently going unhinged because it's running out of battery life. And it's like, dude, you want to go into extreme save mode? No. You have still 10%. You can survive. How dare you? I can't find it. I can't find it. I hate my life. Damn it. What was the name of the game? Well, shit. Nope. Cool. I'll probably see it later on when I'm not on my phone. It's called Unliving? No, the Unliving was something else. There was that game. Undeadly. That's what it's called. Damn it. I was so close. I was so close, Chad. I was so close. Yeah, Undeadly. That looks very interesting. It's basically an open world survival game in a zombie apocalypse, right? But you would have to, like, all the fights are happening in XCOM style. So I'm actually rather curious. Maybe we are checking that out. And that is also coming out on Thursday. Let me see if there's a date to it. There's a demo. We could actually check out the demo first. I don't think... Oh no, there it is. The launch date is at 6th of April. 3 p.m. Pacific. So it's not coming out on Thursday, it's coming out on Friday. Well, then you are off my list. Man, it kind of sucks that all those games are coming out in the evening. This is one of the things I really hate as a morning streamer, is that all the games are coming out in the evening, and I'm not asking for keys anymore just because, like, I want the game for free or anything, right? That's not my MO. It's more like I just want to play the game in the morning and not waiting. You know, that's the only thing. That's the only thing why I ask for release codes. Like, I'm fine of getting the games myself. Most games are on Game Pass nowadays anyways, right? Like, day one, bam, Game Pass. Okay. Like, not too crazy. Not too crazy. So, but still, nonetheless, I would like some key early. Damn it. Okay. So, yeah, we have to see what we are playing then. Maybe the next 2 days, like today, tomorrow, we're just playing Last Epoch. Maybe Dredge. Maybe Have a Nice Death. Maybe I punish you all with TFT. And then I would take maybe some Hitman. Maybe some of the free roam Hitman thing. Maybe something else. Shit. Who knows? Who knows? We will find something. For sure. And then next week, when I'm back. We have a lot. No, actually, that week is also still pretty tame. I just realized that. That is between the, let me see, that is between the 10th, or well, I'm coming back on the 11th. Yeah, that week is still super tame. There's also not happening next week. Not much. Not really. We can probably, like, check out all the games we were not able to do this week. So that would be a nice thing. But beyond that, next week is also pretty tame. So maybe we're checking out. Maybe we're checking out Goat Simulator at some point. The third one, just for lols. Like, again, next week is still pretty much you know, whatever. But then, oh boy, we are entering a week of hurt. Kinda. Actually, a week of a lot of fun, because why not? A lot of games. No, seriously, we will have a lot of games. Lots of them. Games. Dead Island. Is coming out. Then there was another game. Oh, that sucks. I wanted to check that out, but why? Okay, there is one game I wanted to check out. So why has Brian fall mostly negative? Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, it's basically early access, but they didn't declare it as early access. Ooh, okay. Well, then this is also from the list. Man. Apparently a lot of games are just falling off the list, huh? Maybe we're playing some Sunhaven. Maybe we are playing some Sunhaven. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we are playing some Sunhaven. Why not, right? I actually enjoyed that game. Huh. Weirdly enough, Atomic Heart is now like in the top charts. And I have absolutely no clue where that is. Weird. Anything else? What did I do yesterday? I played a lot of Last Epoch. And then I did a lot of work. Work. I had to write a lot of emails. Just like a lot of other stuff. Oof. Yesterday was rough. With more people, yeah, I could probably see that. Like Sunhaven seems to be like a game which could be that. But does Sunhaven have multiplayer? I think so, right? I think I've heard this quite often from other people that it is apparently more fun. It has multiplayer, right? Oh yeah, it has online co-op. Yeah, that apparently it's more fun with other people. Especially when you have like different abilities you can just combine with each other. So I've heard. I can't say I haven't played the multiplayer. So because nobody is playing with me. No. I actually enjoy those games, playing at my own pace. I started a round of Stardew Valley with my girlfriend, and now she found out that she can play Stardew Valley on the Nintendo Switch, and I have neither seen my Switch nor my girlfriend since then. So, you know. I wonder if there is like a connection. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Anything else? I have to close the window soon. It's getting cold here. Oh, it's getting really cold. No, I think we can talk about the news a little bit. There's not much. There's not much going on right now. It's a pretty quiet week so far. So that's the thing. But this is kind of interesting. Only 37% of viewers finished Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV show, which, keep in mind, was fucking expensive. I think it did cost them like 450 million is how much the whole production did cost. And apparently a lot of people didn't finish it. And I have to admit, I kind of understood that. I have finished the Lord of the Rings show, and I'm looking forward to the second season, if there ever is one. But there is a few things I had to point out. First things first, I think most of the actors they chose, not all of them, but quite a bit of them, didn't fit. I don't think they choose the right actors for like a lot of the stuff. Like some of the things felt forced, and like actually one of the characters I disliked the most was Elrond. Like the actor who is playing Elrond is just, I don't know, doesn't fit. I don't like Elrond in the TV show. The same go like Galadriel is fine. I think she is very fitting to like the early years. But like again, like a lot of the actors just kind of don't fit. I kind of don't fit. But beyond that, the first 4 episodes, if not even 5 episodes of the whole show, are too slow. It's so fascinating to me how we have more TV shows nowadays who just have a huge issue with getting a thing started. I have been knowing this issue now for decades, especially as somebody who loves to watch anime, right? And the first 1 or 2 episodes of an anime are always a waste of everyone's time because it's this introduction phase where they are trying to introduce you to certain characters, who they are, what their goals are, and their agenda is, yada yada yada, and then they never talk about it ever again, and you have to quasi remember that till the rest of the show. It's like, folks, you can also like just do it naturally. I don't need 2 episodes of an expose of like the CV of every character here in that show. I really don't. Just introduce them naturally. But a lot of shows have issues with that. It's such a it's such an annoyance. And I think the same problem is what Lord of the Rings, the TV show, has. The Rings of Power. They have this issue of, let's introduce this character for 2 episodes. Let's try to explore the thoughts of Galadriel on pink skirts for 3 episodes. I was like, what? What? Like, Again, the last few episodes they were really good. They were really, really, really good. They had some really good stuff there, and a lot of like, what moments coming up, right? No spoilers here. We know we're into that, but there was a lot of like twists and turns. Loved it, but the first half of the show is a bit of a, man, you could have condensed that much better. So I can totally see why most people that most people just jump ship, because the first 4 or 5 episodes of this show were not great. And a lot of people with the amount of shows we have nowadays will not suffer through 5 hours of nothingness. Right? Like you can just look something else on Amazon. You can just watch something on Netflix, on Disney Plus, or do something else which is more meaningful. Like we are living in a time where so many shows are competing with each other, and we have some really, really good blockbuster shows. Right? Like we have the luxury. It's the same with video games. We have the luxury, thankfully. Yeah, Draco. I mean, here's the thing, Draco. You're not wrong. I think you were quite actually on point. Right? That a lot of people just watched it. But as I said, I think the word was pretty faithful. Like, very faithful. I think the story was pretty faithful. I just think that some of the actors they choose, I don't want to say they're insufferable, but whenever certain actors showed up, I was like cringing and be like, oh no, not this. Like again, Elrond. It's not Elrond the character. Elrond makes absolutely sense how he behaves and what he is doing, because it is still Elrond way before all the bullshit happens. Right. And he's like, he has character development. So I'm not really on a fence with Elrond as Elrond the character, but I have a problem with the actor, man. I'm not. Let's see. For everyone who was like, what's his name? Robert Aramayo is doing Elrond, and there he is. I don't know, man. I'm seeing this dude, and my first thought is not Elrond. My first thought is an elf dude. That's what my thought is. He looks too young. Yeah, I think that is a problem, right? I get it that from an elven perspective, they are relatively young still. But it's like, dude, there is a difference between somebody who is, like, he looks like 24, 25. Now, well, he looks like his early 30s. Maybe. But it's still too young. I don't know. There is something. It just the same problem I have a little bit with Galadriel, even though Galadriel is fine. If they're just some characters which just don't. Yeah, again, like I'm looking at this dude and I'm not thinking, whoa, that's Elrond. My first thought is, whoa, elf dude. Let me see. Can I? Let's see if I can get Galadriel. Galadriel, though, on the other hand, I think Galadriel is fine. Let me see. Do we have one which is not 700 pixels? I love those. Here's a picture of this very important character. It's only 700 pixels. Oh. Welcome in the year 2023, I guess. It's not really high quality. This is Galadriel, right? And when I'm looking at this, I go like, yeah, you know what? I can see Galadriel in this. I can totally see Galadriel in this in her younger years, right? Totally totally makes sense, even though, again, very, very young. Like a tad too young. Even for her being elf and all that. But I think I still see a lot of Galadriel in it. So, you know. Yes, yes. Numenor is in there. And the fall of Numenor is part of the story. Oh, well, it's not a slight spoiler here. It's not falling in the first season, but it is hinted at. And Sauron, the Rings of Power and all that. Yeah. Like, it's all there. It's all there. But still then, like, I feel like some of the characters feel a little bit... a bit odd. Oh, yeah, they're mentioning it. Again, it's this weird thing of, you are 2,000 years old, but I'm 2,100 years old, and I'm looking like 60. And it's like, what? Again, they have some weird... Again, not every character fits. Not every actor fits. And I think that's the biggest problem a lot of people had. They looked at the actors and they kind of had the feeling of, okay, you choose that actor just to be different. Not because it made sense for the show, but just because you wanted to be different. That's sometimes the feeling I had with some of the choices they made, because the actor itself was not great. You know? So... yeah. Yeah. But yeah, only 37% of the viewers finished the show, which I can understand. I can see why. There's a lot of issues with it, and I hope that the second season is doing better for them. Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is rather interesting. Of course, some people immediately jumped onto this news. So remember when Xbox One said that all the games on Xbox Game Pass, the first party games, will never leave Xbox Game Pass? Now they announced yesterday that Quantum Break is disappearing from Xbox Game Pass, which is a first party title. And immediately people jumped onto it and were like, whoa, Microsoft, you lied to us again, you cheeky bastard. See, I always knew Game Pass is not to be trusted. I was like, oh boy, please just leave. Just shut up. Ugh. And the reason why Quantum Break is leaving Game Pass right now, well, first of all, Microsoft is trying to keep the Game Pass thing on there. Like, they are trying to keep Quantum Break on Game Pass, and they're working on it right now. But the reason for why it cannot stay is simply license. Like, a lot of the stuff which is in the game is licensed, because it was one of those, those games where Microsoft truly believed that gaming and movies/TV shows will become one thing, right? It was the early 2010s, and there was also when the Xbox One came out, and they had this whole idea of gaming and gaming concerts will be part of like multimedia, and everything would just melt together, which of course didn't happen, because I don't even know where you had this idea in the first place. But They had the idea, and Quantum Break was this idea of, here's a movie paired together with a video game. And they hired a lot of actors. And, well, a lot of those contracts with those actors were running out. Like, I can only assume what is now happening with Lance Reddick, who is in Quantum Break, and he unfortunately passed away 2 weeks ago. Amazing actor. Absolutely love the dude for what he did in so many video games and TV shows and even some movies. And he was in Quantum Break, and I can only imagine what will happen with his contract now and his appearance in Quantum Break, right? This is why I'm always saying, folks, don't get me wrong, but please don't use real actors for your video games. It would never end well, right? Like, we have seen this with Sega and Judgment. Why Judgment was such a huge issue, and why probably the last Judgment game was the last in the series with the actor. Because Sega had so many issues to not only bring that game to other regions of the world, but they also then, the biggest issue was to bring this thing to PC, because the actors agency were like, PC? That means somebody could theoretically change the look of the actor or put a penis in his mouth. No, we cannot have that. Right, it's this, okay. Right, so, yeah. Putting real actors in your video games, it's the same thing like Death Stranding. I wouldn't be surprised if in about 10 years Death Stranding will be removed from all the marketplaces, or something bad happens. Like, you don't want that, right? All right, that's interesting. Thank you. So, all in all, I understand that some people are critical about a first-party game leaving Game Pass. But as I said, I don't really think it's something problematic. And again, Xbox/Microsoft has already announced they will try to keep the game on there. They're now talking to all the parties and will try to make something happen. But as per usual, it depends on how much money the parties will ask and how much Microsoft is willing to lose money on this. Quantum Break has always been the lost chapter of Remedy, so to speak. Like, Quantum Break was such a weird game. It was a Remedy game through and through, but it was also a Remedy game which barely anyone played, and most people don't remember anymore. Like, when you were talking about Remedy, you talk about, of course, Max Payne, right? Alan Wake, Control now. But most people would not immediately say, oh, Quantum Break. It's just how it is. And yeah, but it's not that Microsoft is breaking any of their promises. Like, Halo will stay there forever, Forza will stay there forever. It's not like a bad sign for Game Pass or anything. Like, it's literally one of those odd one games they had in the Xbox One era, and lots of actors. Lots of actors, man. Ooh, excuse me. Don't put actors in there. What else? Do we have anything else going on? Speaking of Game Pass, though, I have to admit, the amount of titles we are now getting on Game Pass, bit weak. I don't know. They ended on a very weak note last year, and I feel like they didn't really had anything big on Game Pass for quite some time. But that's my personal opinion. I mean, look at what we are getting now with this month's Game Pass. Iron Brigade. Okay. Ghostwire, well, that is finally coming, since the whole exclusive thing with good old Sony has been run out. Good for them, but Minecraft Legends, okay, that's a release, that's a thing, that's what people want. Personally, I look at Minecraft Legends and don't see the appeal. It's like, I don't know, I don't see the appeal on it, but that's just me. Loop Hero, don't get me wrong, amazing game, fantastic, but what, 2-3 years too late? That took quite a while. And then on console, very important, NHL 23. Oh, okay. Okay. You know. But you're looking at the Game Pass things, and it's just like, you know how it is. So, yeah, I still, who the king at the queen at the time is. The queen at the time, not king by the way, but queen is God, what's her name? Damn it. It was the queen. Let me see. Oh yeah, Queen Regent Muriel. Yep, Queen Regent Muriel. Yep. Because her father was like not really in a good state. Yeah, Queen Regent Muriel. Yeah, the Queen Regent, because her father was still alive, but was like not doing so hot, to say the least. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah, Queen Regent Muriel. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, but with that said, folks, I think we are done with the news. I don't really have anything else to talk about. It has been has been pretty quiet. It's been pretty quiet. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's one thing. Not really want to talk too much about it because I can't talk about it, to be honest. But I am allowed to play an interesting game starting today. Something Thrones. A lot of Thrones are apparently involved. I'm allowed to check that out. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it. It's like a big nope. But something with Thrones. Yeah. But that's it. That's all the gaming news we have. It's, man. Phew. It's quiet. No, seriously. It's quiet. There's not much going on right now. Oh yeah. Well, there is technically a news. Esports seems to fall apart. Yeah. Esports seems to fall apart, which is interesting. So this is happening right now in League of Legends. Counter Logic Gaming has been apparently sold, and all the people are getting fired and whatnot. And then, what is it, TSM is also thinking about completely leaving esports behind. And there's some other esport teams which are apparently not doing so hot, even though they are franchised. But it seems like more and more esports teams are kinda falling apart, which has been in the making for a very long time. The problem with esports is you need people to play the game. You need people to play the game that they are curious about your esports. Like that's a problem. Like sports doesn't have too much. When you are watching somebody play football, and I don't mean American football, I mean European football, aka soccer, or basketball, even American football, you kind of get the grasp of what the hell is going on, even though American football is much more complicated, which is one of the reasons I enjoy it, right? And I've been watching it for years because there are a lot of tactical components to it. But of all the sports, American football, I would say, is the hardest one to get into, because not only do we have to learn all the naming they're using, but also all the tactics and what the hell is going on and positioning. Like you need a lot of more understanding about football in general than if you're just looking at American football, you're just seeing some people clashing against each other and that's it, which is not the case for football at all. But whereas soccer, or European football, the actual using the foot and the ball, is much easier to get behind. Like even if you are where you are like easily get behind that there is 11 people running after a ball, right? Yep. Draco, it's the last king of the Numenors. I think it's Farazon, or Tarkalion. I think this one, it's how it's written. He was the last king of the Numenor. He's the last king of the Numenor. But that's the problem with esports, right? When you are watching esports nowadays, like when you have never played the game, you will have a hard understanding of what the hell is going on, right? And I can totally understand that. Like this was, let me see. Oh god, this is just highlights. Oh, this is ready check. Let me see.
Kind of to be expected in the
if you were going into this, right, and you have absolutely no clue what the heck is going on here, even with the commentators, you're just looking at this and go like, okay, why am I watching this? Why would I watch this? What's going on here? So it's this, why would I watch esports? Why would I get hyped for this as somebody who is not playing this game? And that's the problem esport had for quite some while. But there wasn't really a problem for League of Legends, because in League of Legends there were enough players who would also play the game, so you would always have enough viewers. But over the years, the reality is people moved on, or they're playing TFT now, or something like that. Like, Riot Games and League of Legends did lost players. League of Legends is not that. League of Legends is still one of the biggest games on the planet by a huge margin. Don't you worry about that. But the reality is, they do have lost people. And again, if you don't know what the hell is going on, especially also skins. Skins is another problem I always see for esports. It's this, wait, who is this character? Like, even as somebody who knows League of Legends, I sometimes have to look for a second because I don't know the newest skin lines they have out for the game. And I sometimes have to look at the skin and go like, who's this? Ah, okay. Like, right, with Jinx, which they just showcased, like it took me a hot second to realize, oh, that's Jinx. Okay, this one, Cassiopeia in the middle, is pretty easy. Like, Jax has a pretty easy skin. But, like, as the point is, when you were trying to watch this and you also see, like, the different skins and you have absolutely no clue what's going on, you don't really understand what those characters do. It's like, it's rather interesting. Heroes of the Storm tried to do something like that. Heroes of the Storm tried to be the esports segments of beginner guides. Every time they were showcasing a match, they were trying to explain it to people who have never seen the game. The problem was that somebody who has played, man, I want a Kit Kat now. As somebody who has played Heroes of the Storm, for me, that was the most boring shit to watch ever, because every new commentary round was literally them explaining how the game works. And when you are watching esports, you already know what's going on, because if you don't know what's going on, or as I said, you don't like play the game, you don't watch esports, right? You don't watch esports. And so the question is, what can you do about it? Like esports, I don't think that esports is something which will establish themselves, at least not for those type of games. For shooters, I can see that. Like a shooter is an easy genre to understand, right? Dude with gun, shoots gun, kills people, who kills most wins. If there is like a tactical component to it or something, it doesn't matter. But shooters are much easier to maintain instead of a MOBA, a strategy game. Also, damn, get wrecked. So, yeah, like esports crumbling right now was kind of to expected, which is unfortunate. But I think also too many companies try to get into esports. Like at the beginning of esports, as somebody who has seen the early years of esports, participated in the early years of esports, not as a player. I never had like the high level plays, but as a commentator and as somebody who loves to be like analyzing stuff, esports has been trying to find their footing for many years and kind of failed in that, but they also needed to innovate. And I think they looked far too often to the already established sports. Like the whole franchising idea is like, really? Like, really? Franchising? Why? Right. So, yeah. But yeah, it doesn't look good. Oh, damn. SK Gaming. Man, SK Gaming is also like a team which has been around for quite some time. I think they have been around for 20 years? 25 years? That's been a while. But yeah, esport is slowly crumbling away, which is interesting. That's curious. Thanks for letting me know, Draco. Yeah, it's been an old man. Alright, folks. With that said, let's play some video games. Enough talky talk. Man, there seems some real fun stuff in Jedi Survivor. There's so many interesting things in Jedi Survivor. And you know what? I couldn't care less. It sucks so much. I really want to enjoy Jedi Survivor. But right now, as I said before, my interest for any Star Wars related stuff is just zilch. Absolute zilch. And it is really unfortunate. Alright, folks, I will take a super quick bio break here. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I have to close the window. It's getting really cold in here. And I think I had enough fresh air. And then we are playing some good old Last Epoch. Yes. See you in like 2 minutes. Oh boy, chat. Oh boy. They have the PoE Diablo 4 Last Epoch discussion right now in chat. That's the one everyone needs. Oh boy. Don't read chat. Horrendous. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that beautiful PoE Diablo 4 Last Epoch discussion. Yay! No, let's not. Let's not. So let's talk a little bit about the build I'm running here. As always, this is completely homebrewed. I need equipment. My equipment is absolutely double ass because I switched over from another build. And so don't look at that. This doesn't exist. But all in all, I'm Spriggan form, summoning Spriggan with a lot of healing and poison is basically the idea. And it worked pretty well so far. I haven't died yet, not a single time. And I'm pretty close to endgame. We'll see how endgame goes, of course. I will have to make some changes. I'm working right now to get my tank vines. Yeah, my tank vines. Unfortunately, the reality is I do not have enough point to get everything I want. Actually, one of the things I'm thinking about removing is like kind of this whole area. I might X this because, yeah, sure, I can get tangling roots, but I kind of also feel like it's not happening often enough. I have to see. I have to see what I'm doing with it. But let's get the vines. Yes, I want this one right here, the Great Wine, which is my tank thingy. As I said, I also have a little bit in Entangling Roots, which is being cast through Veil Tides. I have my Thorn Totems, which are being cast through my Heal Totems. So my Heal Totems are also Thorn Totems, which is kind of hilarious because they're healing me up to infinity, but they also do a massive amount of damage, and I'm enjoying that quite a bit. I have a Spriggan as my follower, also summoning a lot of veins all the time. I wonder if the veins the Spriggan is actually summoning is the same veins. I think they are counting as my veins, I think. So we have to see how we do that. We have to see. But the Spriggan is basically supporting me with poison and casting. No healing, no roots, just damage. And then we have this. So Eterra's Blessing is the healing right now. And Eterra's Blessing at this point in time is completely and utterly useless. Why am I saying this? Because I'm not casting Eterra's Blessing. As you can see, Eterra's Blessing is not in any of the slots you can see here. And I'm also not getting it when I'm having the Spriggan form. Huh? So why would you do that? Because I might have to, I will respec this at some point. I'm just lazy right now. But this has to go. This is completely useless here. I'm not a melee fighter. This is still left over from my last one. But because this and Blossom Garden, when you directly use a spell or movement skill, you cast Eterra's Blessing on a nearby minion or other ally. Right? So this will become active when I have 8 points in it. So I need 4 more levels, and then we'll automatically cast Eterra's Blessing, and then it works. But right now, this skill is absolutely useless. Actually, I can just put that here. It's utterly useless. Do not look at my items. It's the forbidden thing right now. I swapped over from a melee build to a caster build, and as you can imagine, most of my items are not really made for that. I am lucky. I have a few good items, like Eterra's Path is alright. This one, Viper Tail, even though mostly for melee attacks, still pretty good. The armor it gives armor and fire resistance and all that. The cape, the helmet is pretty okay-ish. Then Tears of the Forest. Haha! This one is actually a pretty good one. Yes. This one's actually a pretty good one. I'm pretty happy with that. The staff is alright, even though the ignite on hit is like eh. The ring is okay. This ring is actually pretty goodish. So like all the stuff I have is not, it's not great, but you can work with it. And again, I haven't died yet. I haven't died at any of the bosses. I have some shoes, some ridiculous shoes, which are increasing my damage when I'm in Spriggan form by nearly 200%. Right? Absolute crazy stuff. Unfortunately, and that's why the boots are a no-go. It's because when you are in Spriggan form, you cannot move. Which is like, wait, what? What do you mean by you cannot move? You cannot move. But I really have to move. That's not good. No, it's not. It's really not. And yeah. So unfortunately I had to give up on the boots. I had to give up on the boots because there are just a few attacks in this game you have to dodge no matter what. And yeah, just no go. I can stay in Spriggan form eternally. I'm not really getting kicked out. I'm getting too much rage. So it's not really a problem. Level up! 53. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit on the level. But again, not really a problem. Not really a problem. Mole, do you not have a loot filter? No! I don't. I will make a loot filter for my caster here. Ooh, oh. Yoink. When I'm getting there, keep in mind though, I know mostly what I want. It's mostly switcheroo. Let's put another point in here. I have to reach level 8, preferably before we are reaching endgame. That would be great. But yeah, I'm doing mostly poison damage. So if you're like, Mel, you're not doing a lot of high numbers. That is correct, which is why I would probably also move away from crit chance. I have a 10% crit chance, which is not... I don't need that. You know, I don't feel like crit chance is something I really want to go for. Oh god, fuck those things. Because I got odds. I don't need crit, all things considered. Can poison even crit? You mean the dot? The dot itself? I don't think so. I've never... Can dot even crit? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I have to take a look at that. It's a bit hard though. Totems? There goes my totems. Thank you. I was like, I'm not sure if dots can crit. I don't know, actually. I have never thought about it. Yeah, the totems are super important to me. The totems are my heal totems, as I said before. So they're not just there for doing a lot of DPS. They also keep me alive. And if those totems are not active, I'm dead. Which, not gonna lie, makes me a little bit concerned for the end game, because there's a recipe for disaster. As you can imagine, if you were basically only surviving because of a thing being active, it's like, what if I cannot keep that thing active? Right? What if under certain circumstances I cannot do a certain thing? And that's always the danger I have, which is why I also have to get my tank vines being a thing. It's very important for me. But we don't have that yet. But yeah, the moment I have my tank vines, I think it will be a little bit more relaxing if I don't have the totems 24/7 out. Look, I'm planning to have them out anyways because they have a main DPS. Well, one of the main DPS I have on this character. Like, you can see how much DPS they do. Don't underestimate the totems. And the damage they can just deliver. We got some level ups actually. Can I get the... Yeah, I'm curious how this will work out. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this works out. What else do we have? Oh yeah, I wanted to get more totems, right? Sure. Double projectile chance or more totems? Wait a second. Okay. So we have 4 levels left. 4 points. Where do I put the 4 points? If I'm putting 2 more points in here, I can summon 3 more totems, which would be a huge damage increase. Do I want that? 2 points in here, 2 points in here, and I think I should be good. Or 2 points in here. Yeah. I think we would do that. We would put the last 2 points in here. So then we have 3 more totems we can have. I'm just not a big fan of doing 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm casting them pretty quickly. But man, I'm losing rage. I also get the rage quickly back. I mean, look at that. I'm getting rage back relatively quickly. Just have to be careful. Oh, wait, let's go there first. Oh wow, that is a big vine, if somebody asks me. Oh, was that stunning? Oh! Wait. Who's summoning the smaller vines? Interesting. Maybe my minion. Maybe my Spriggan. The Spriggan cannot summon the big vines, it seems. Huh. That's curious. Weird. Okay, but my boots can summon... Yeah, so my minion cannot summon the big vines. Oh, I hate when they're doing that. So, what happens, by theory, if I would skill the Hunter's Bane? Your vines now cast thorns from range instead of using melee attack. This is affected by nodes on the tree that affects spirit thorns, but they only fire one projectile and great vines. Oh, I could put this together. Oh, shit. So I could put this together with the grapevine. Because having basically a tank vine with range would be so much better. Yeah. I'm really... The thing is, though, if I'm removing entangling roots from this build, which I'm thinking about, what am I putting here? What am I putting here, really? I don't really have anything. I'm not using Maelstrom. That's dumb. I'm not using Maelstrom. Especially because Maelstrom is like on you. And also it's all frost. Cold spell. Yeah, I'm not doing anything with cold spell. So it's pretty useless. Maybe I should put... No, I cannot do that. Shit. I was thinking about getting the Scorpion still. But the thing is right now... Maybe... Because right now I can only have one companion. Right here. I think I'm trying too much to reach too many things at once. I think that's my biggest problem. Yeah. But what am I putting here instead of entangling roots? Huh. Warcry? I cannot use Warcry. I need something which I can use in my Spriggan form, or which can be triggered without me supervising it. Don't really have that. Stormcrows? Nah, they don't do poison. They don't do poison. They do ice or storm. But not poison. I mean, we could go into this direction. Wait, do they do any poison as storm at the beginning? They do, right? Well, then again, though, lightning spell. So if I just go and spell damage, they will get stronger. I just don't have to improve anything on the lightning side. If I'm going into cast speed, dodge rating, armor shred. Oh, your melee hits. Yeah. I take that back. Shit. Yeah, maybe I will get, when I'm going summoning Scorpion, maybe I could do that. And then I would just remove the part on my passive tree. Right. Natural duality, just removing that. I mean, I'm not getting a spell damage, but what is that? Plus 1 spell damage per point. 10 points. 10 spell damage. That's not really that important, to be honest. Yeah. But then I need, what, 15 points in here? Yikes. 15 points in Beastmaster. Yikes on a bike? I mean, I could use dodge rating. That's probably not a bad thing. Aspect of the boar. This one's shit. Limited to 1 companion. No. Stop it. We could go aspect of the boar then. And then pausing constitution. Yeah. We could do that. It's not great. More tankiness though. Even though I have the feeling like I'm already quite tanky thanks to my healing. There's a few things I want to change. Like I'm not 100% happy right now with my skill tree. I'm not 100% happy with it. Again, I'm surviving. It's not a... Well, I'm surviving. I'm just walking through it. But it's, I can see that there's a lot of, like, improvements I can make. Also... Did I... Oh, I did. What do you want?
Good day, traveler.
What are you offering? I don't even know if I want to do it. I think I've unlocked all the things you can unlock. Yeah. So doing side quests is not really too much of my interest anymore. Especially because the XP you were getting is like meh, whatever. But yeah, I've already unlocked all the extra things I can get. So the only thing which can really kill me right now is one-shots. That's the only thing which can kill me. As long as it isn't a one-shot, nothing can really kill me at this point. Which is kind of funny, because there is actually quite a bit of one-shot abilities in the game. Always awkward. Always awkward. Oh god, here. Axe of the Coven. Shit. Oh, haste. Yeah. I thought we were getting something good out of this. Doo-doo-doo. This one's actually not bad. Damn. If I need some fire resistance. This one's actually not bad. I don't know why I took that with me. It's so useless. I would never use it. The strength is not bad. So many totems! I need more totems. Yeah, I was hoping actually that my pet can still summon the big vines, but it seems like my pet is still summoning just the small ones, which is a bit unfortunate. Ooh, this one's not bad actually, but not for me. Nope. Okay, guide. Thanks. Just a bit. There we go. No, I'm out. Bye. Yeah, we are nearly done with the story. I could already do maps. More monolith. I could already do that if I wanted to, but we're nearly done.
She dumped me. If we tried, let's go thin their numbers a bit, shall we?
I think another 2 hours, and then we should be done. That's a big fire. Boots! Oh, love me some boots. What do you got? Transient rest. If current mana gain does what when you stop moving? Oh. Physical resistance, poison resistance, wow! If you need a defense boost, man. Damn. Oh, it doesn't work for me because I don't... I don't have mana. I thought it would take... I would take Rage, but no, it's very explicit with if you don't move, mana. This is, by the way, those boots are good for my spell blade though. Yep. They're great for my spell blade. Lol. I will probably give this to my Spellblade. Even though... I'm not sure if that's good. Because my Spellblade builds on gaining mana fast. So it can reach the 100%. And then 100% of my mana is being transformed. So, not getting to the 100% mana? Probably not a good idea. I have to say, I'm actually pretty happy with the build right now. Like, not the full-on build. Like I said, there are definitely some improvements I can make. Tons of them, actually. But the direction is what I want. The direction is definitely the right direction so far. Fire damage increased. Wow, this one's actually not bad. If you go fire, 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 fire. Bam, bam, fire. What the hell? My attacks didn't want to connect with him. But yeah, I think one of my biggest problems will be that I have to make a decision if I want to go on to minion damage or if I want to go like just my own damage, because right now it seems like most of my damage is coming from my minions and not necessarily from my right click. Oh, remember this one. Oh boy. No, no, no. And he's dead. See, talking about my minion damage. And it's gone. Didn't even have to fight it.
What a work. Well, it's been a few years. On top of that, hey, try not to fall off.
Oh, I'm not falling off. Man, this scene in particular, I'm still so pissed that this is just so short. I would never wrap my head around how they made this amazing arena right here. And they just... It just lasts for 10 seconds. And then... done. It will never come back, ever. I was like, why? This is such an amazing arena. Like, this is it. That was the arena.
We're hit. Grab onto something.
I was like, what? This is such an amazing thing. Such an amazing set piece. What? It doesn't even exist as a map. You cannot get it even as a map. Like, this is a one-time deal, and then it's done. It's weird.
Well, unfortunately, you have yourself splitting up. I look forward to seeing you after your chat with
Oh, Dreamthorn. One of the best, if not even the best, I would say, early level Void Knight swords. If you ever look for like a leveling Void Knight sword, that's it. That's it, right here. That thing is just bonkers. Absolute bonkers. What is this? Healing? Sure, global spell damage. Oh, I'm so excited when I finally get that. Only 2 levels. Only 2 levels, chat. Oh gosh, I would never reach 2 levels before before I reach the end boss. Oh, that's a bit problematic, not gonna lie. Save me, goddess! Yeah, I don't think I will reach 2 levels. So maybe. Maybe. We'll see. But I have my doubts about that. Yeah, the cold penetration is so shit. Everything else is good. Shred armor, increase poison. I mean, we could chaos it. But I have this, so not really. Not really interested in swapping that out anytime soon. God, I really need a loot filter. When I'm reaching endgame. Or will look more at the loot than I'm actually looking at the game. Oh yeah, I'm curious. What do they sprout? They sprout the big... No, they don't sprout the big ones anymore. Oh. Interesting. Haste. Haste! Face! Wow, no loot. That's rare. Yeah, we might not be able to... Oh, what's going on here? I got some crazy damage. I think I was standing in some poison stuff. I think. Oh! Man, there is a body armor I want. There's a very specific body armor I want for my build. What is it? Thorn something? Oh, it's the last beast. I have this armor 5 times already. I don't need more. Save me, goddess! Save me, goddess, again. Where's the exit? I know there's an exit here. Man, I really have to be careful. At the point where my totems disappear, and I don't notice that, that's my death sentence. Wait. Do I have to go down first? I think I'm walking into the the wrong direction again. Oh boy. Yeah, I think you have to go down first, and then you have to go up. And I'm always trying to go up first, where you have to go down. Nope. Yeah, so I'm a veteran player, right? I have finished this game hundreds of times, and you know, I totally know what I'm doing. Nah, it's one of those games where I always feel, that even though I have hundreds of hours in this game, I know nothing. Like, literally nothing. Oh well, not literally nothing, but you know. I wonder... Are you healing my great vines instead of me? If that is the case, I have a problem. That is a no-no. I definitely need to unlock the last talent point. I have to unlock the last talent point. I need... Oh, what? Speaking about... Yeah, I think you were healing my vines. Which makes kind of sense. They're the tank in all of this, but still. More dots? More dots. 50 minus DKP. 100 minus DKP. More dots. I saw a fireball. Slow down. The good old times where boss mods were not a thing yet, and you just had to know shit. I always feel like in World of Warcraft, if there are two things which made the raids trivial, well, not trivial, but in my opinion boring, was boss mods and DPS meters. Oh, that's just me. Boss mods for everyone was knowing what's coming, which was always like, eh. I like the way how Final Fantasy does it just more, but that's, again, personal opinion. And DPS meter, because everyone started to absolutely fine-tune the shit out of their character, and so that you actually have something interesting to do. Blizzard had to fine-tune the bosses to absolute shit so that people would have a challenge. And the moment somebody wasn't really at 100% all the time, you would just fall off sharp. Hated that. This is why I think that Final Fantasy XIV is the better game. It's because of the two mods which do not exist in that game. I mean, DPS meter does exist in Final Fantasy XIV, but it is against TOS. And the moment you are starting to harass people with that thing and go like, hey, you did not had your 15,000 DPS, what's going on there? You can get banned. And they're not fine-tune the bosses at all for the DPS meter. Always appreciated that. Always appreciated that. But that's my personal opinion. I know that people love the boss meter in World of Warcraft. They love DPS meters in World of Warcraft and fine-tuning everything. Different strokes, different people. Don't blame them. Just for me, personal opinion. My god, where all the enemies are coming from? This is a bloodbath. And even then, I will still not reach my 2 levels I need. Maybe I will reach the 2 levels I need before the end boss. But I have a feeling I kinda don't. Okay. Anything good here? Not really. And good morning, Sakura. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Lots of nostalgia. I'm a tourist in World of Warcraft right now. Yeah, I think that's a good way. That's how I play Final Fantasy XIV, funny enough. I never have any raid ambitions, really, in 14. It's like, I'm just there to enjoy the game, enjoy the story. But I never have any ambitions, so to speak. The problem is I had ambitions in World of Warcraft. And I think that kinda killed the game for me. It's something I had in League of Legends, right? I did play ladder and I did reach platinum, but it still meant something back in the day. Oh boy, I forgot the laser. I forgot the laser. Don't forget the laser, Mo. You were pathetic. Man, that was a massacre. But everyone died, I didn't. I don't care. That's the only thing which matters, if somebody's asking. Oh. What dudes we have forgotten. Yeah, I will not reach level. I will not reach that level before we are getting to the end boss. I might respec here. Yeah, I don't have the. I'm too old for competitive stuff. Even TFT, I don't do any competitiveness anymore. Yeah, I think it would just respec. Let me go back to the end of time very quickly and respec here. Well, not respec. Let me steal a point. Let me steal a point from somewhere else. Crit. I wanted to do it for quite some time. I always pushed it away. Are we full? No, really.
Hello, traveler.
Hi! Can I just take stuff out of it because crit chance is so useless? Hey, I can. Awesome. No, that's awesome. Great. F that. What is this doing? You have a chance to summon a healing totem when you are hit. I don't want to get hit. Also, I can summon my healing totems whenever I so desire. Getting my healing totems is not really hard. What am I doing now? I'm still thinking about getting 15 points into Beastmaster to get the Scorpion. But I have 4 points left here. 2 points in here. Bada boom. 2 points in here. If I do that. If I don't do that, then I don't think 1 point is worth it. When I want to put like the points somewhere else. I would love to put them also in here. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I think I have to... shit. This is some tough decision. If I'm removing the entangling roots, I have to go Scorpion. I have to go Scorpion if I'm removing the entangling roots. I mean, I like the entangling roots now and then, but it feels like they're not as important. First, let's get our 8 points in here. So we have now a Terror's Blessing whenever we cast something, every 12 seconds. That's good. Maybe put some points in here. Increase health regen, mana regen, not really important. Crit chance, not really important. I'm thinking about more fertile resilience. And then this one actually. Yeah. Because damage over time is pretty important for me. And then we have to see what we are doing with Beastmaster. Again, if I decide to remove Entangling Roots, I want to go Beastmaster and I want to get the Scorpion. Because the Scorpion is so good for my poison build. And I'm really thinking about that. I really do. Yeah. God. Oh, that's neat, Sakura. Ah, the good old prod Pali on Wrath of the Lich King, the 2-button character. I mean, now it's 3 buttons nowadays, but back in the day it was the 2-button char. What was it? Your shield for defense, your throw shield, that was the second ability, and then I think there was an attack they gave you. Okay, so it was 3 buttons. But I think there was all of it, and then the rest was just oh shit buttons or something like that. I remember those times. Good times. Good times. No, I was in Wrath of the Lich King. I was Disney Priest. I was the Sea Priest. Which was really good for the others fight. So... we had a problem. Or, well, actually my guild thought they had a problem. kind of funny that they didn't. Whoa, that's the laser. Laser not good. So they thought that for the others fight, you basically having a DC Priest was like a relatively easier way to do it. It wasn't a mandatory, but having a DC Priest or not having a DC Priest would make like a huge difference. And my guild thought like they have the problem that none of the priests wanted to go DC Priests. None of them. They wanted to be holy because that's what they have played for years. Or we even had some, because they made it finally valuable, like Shadow Priests. But nobody wanted to go to Sip. And I was like, I do it. Hell yeah. I wanted to try that stuff out for a while. And since I heard you can finally now do it in Rev, hell yeah, I'm absolutely up for the party. And my guild was like, what? Oh my god, that's perfect. They were so happy that they found somebody who would do it. They were so over the moon. Also, because I was, in the first 2 expansions, I was not playing a priest. I was playing a hunter. Yes. I was one of those obnoxious hunters. Whoa, what was going on here? Something didn't fully hear me. Interestingly enough. Yoink. Wrath was peak World of Warcraft. Yes. It was. Because, in my opinion, the reason for that was that it opened up all the talent trees which never was really open to anyone. Like, you know, Paladin. I'm sorry to say it, but nobody took a Paladin serious when they told their raid, I want to become a tank. I want to become a DPS. And people would just go, uh-huh. The troll guild is over there. Right, like nobody took that serious. Because there were no set items for it. There was the same problem with the Druid. When the Druids came up with, I will be the bear tank. What? No, you don't. No, you don't. You certainly don't. Or, I want to be the Moonkin. No, not in our guild, mate. Maybe in your dream guild, but not in our guild, man. Yeah, somebody who did progression rating. No chance. No chance. This one's not bad. But not for me. Yeah, no, never happened. But Wrath of the Lich King, this is why Wrath was good, right? Because it finally opened up all the other specs. It was opening up all the other specs, which were basically not possible before that. And, shut up. God, I love this build. Really works. This one is not bad. This one is not bad. The melee cold damage is shit, but eh. Yeah, so this is why Wrath of the Lich King I think was the best. And then with Mr. Pandaria, they were like, you know what we thought would be cool if we just remove all the talent trees from the game? How about that? And everyone is like, huh? What do you mean remove all the talent trees? Yeah, because we have now something much better. And what would that be? I'm actually, and I really mean that, I'm actually very curious to see what they are doing with World of Warcraft after Wrath of the Lich King. Like in 1.5 years, will they just go over to Pandaria? Like, really? Will you do the same mistake again? I mean, probably. Most definitely it's Blizzard. Hello, Void, which shouldn't be here yet. Pandas. Oh, Pandas, Catter. Did I say why did I completely? Oh my god, I have completely ignored Cataclysm. Ha! I have completely just my brain, I was not even like thinking about it for a second. My brain just completely eradicated Cataclysm from my thought process. What the hell, man? Like again, I wasn't even like what was the expansion again? Was it Pander? It was literally just, yeah, Mr. Pandaria, right? That's next, right? Oh man.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh yeah, you cannot skip this. This is so great. You can click the X, but you cannot skip it.
I refuse.
I always forget that.
Disgraceful. Rage is unbecoming of you, child.
This is not rage. For millennia, the Vessel Maidens have died so you could live. Now feel the unending abyss of their despair.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Why don't you show our guest the torment that now fills you?
Get wrecked.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm just I just wonder if they will do it again. And unfortunately, oh, I have the bug. Yeah, that's what I needed. I have the absolute annoying bug. Does somebody need some loot? Need some loot, chat? Maybe some... the conflict-rating stout Lagonian Isle of Storm? Or the 16 gold? Or the health potion? I hate when this happens. This nearly makes me want to die. But yeah, like Blizzard unfortunately has already done a lot of the we are just re-releasing everything instead of really like thinking about it. And so more veins. Man, she dies fast. That's good. She's actually dying really fast, man. Okay, first this. Let's just die first. Oh, she's back already. Okay. Be gone, chat. Oh boy. Okay. T-posing a bit. Be gone! Be gone, chat! Be gone! And now the real fun begins. Oh boy, I totally forgot that she does that. Oh. No. Ah, damn it. Oh boy. Man, I'm like... Oh boy. No, no, no. I don't have any movement spells. I know. Who would have thought? How am I managing to get hit? Totems. Totems. Thank you. Haha, not this time. Yeah, definitely have the skill that those veins are like, Can we go over here, please? Ow. Thank you. Nope. Oh yes, she hit me there. The last outskirt. The moment those vines can actually do range attack, I'm not too concerned anymore. Oh boy. Yeah, this will hurt. Ah, she's dead. Wow. That was actually pretty simple. Huh. This is one of the bosses which I think is a very good test to see if your build has any chance of survival in the end game. Look, I'm not saying she is the toughest boss or anything. There are tons of other bosses, especially in the end game area and all that, which are brutal as hell. But she is like the first. With Lagoon, she's like the first one where you really need to think about defensive capabilities, but also enough DPS that the fight is not taking 2 hours, right? But this is like the first time where the game is like, okay, this is the end boss right now. You better think this through. And I would be a little bit disappointed when this is not the end boss anymore. And the bird is like...
showed me the power of despair. And with his power, I will not die.
Yeah.
I cannot die.
But when the bird is becoming the end boss, I would be very disappointed by that. Not gonna lie, I feel like Last Epoch has enough story as it is.
Welcome back.
The story is not over, so I definitely want to see how it ends. And I definitely want them to put that in. But I would love them to see, just to cut off some of the stuff. Like make it shorter. This one's not bad. We're losing armor, reduced cast speed, reduced critical strike chance to apply frail on hit, but we get necrotic and elemental resistance and fire resistance. How are we with resis? Shit. How much DPS will we lose? I hate that I cannot check my DPS in the city, because I cannot go into Spriggan form because they removed the ability to use any abilities here. It annoys me. It really does. By the way, folks, quick note here for the next few days. I'm not sure yet what we are playing in the next few days, because all the games I want to play are coming out on Thursday, and they're coming out in the evening. And as you know, on Friday I'm not streaming because it's a holiday here. And then of course on Monday another holiday. And so I will return on Tuesday then. So for Wednesday and Thursday, I haven't decided what we are playing. I said maybe some Sunhaven. Maybe we are playing some Sunhaven. But We'll see. Anything good here? Anything I don't need? They're all okay-ish. They're not great. Oh, stun duration. Mana and lightning resistance? I don't need mana. Elemental resistance, stun avoidance. Stun avoidance is not bad. If I move this out and put this in, and this one, should be fine, right? So, can I transform here? Oh, I can transform here. Oh, thank you. So, how much DPS would I lose? 100 DPS, but I would get quite a bit of resistance, because my resistance right now are like... I mean, they're okay for the beginning of the end game. But could be so much better. They're okay for the beginning of the end game. Poison, I think poison is not too important, as far as I know. Void, I definitely need more void, like 14%. Yikes on a bike, you know. But hey, it's the beginning of endgame. We just reached it, so it's not too problematic yet. The game is not trying to outright murdering you immediately, which I think is a good thing. Ooh, this one sucks. That doesn't really matter yet. What is a holiday? A holiday. It's... oh god, how to explain that to Americans? It's a date where the whole country decided, even the companies, that people should not go to work, but they are getting fully paid anyways, even if they are not working on that day. Socialism, basically, yeah. Yeah. Nice people. Madness. Oh, what's the holiday? Oh wow, I have misread that. I read what's a holiday, and I was joking. What's the holiday? It's Good Friday. It's Good Friday, and then Easter Monday on Monday. What kind of ism? Screeches an eagle. Hey, Lemons. Good to see you, man. How are you doing, man? Yeah, it's Easter. And believe it or not, oh, Arthur's Legacy. Maximum companions. Chill. Chill, dude. Chill. Not for me. That's good, though, but not for me. Totally forgot. Yeah, it's Easter. Not... I didn't forget it because it's like holidays, so... yeah, I have to buy all my shit on Friday. On Thursday, not on Friday, because on Friday everything is closed. How are you doing, Lemons? Yeah, socialism. I know. I really have to... crazy concept. The next time I'm telling you, it's a horror story. It's a horror story, so I will only do this maybe in October or something, when it gets a little bit darker. But I would tell you the horror story at some point of the health insurance everyone has here, even if you are without a job. But that is a horror story we would talk about another time. It's sometimes it's too much. Like this is a teen-friendly stream, and I don't want to overdo it. So. But yeah, so on Friday, jokes aside, on Friday I will not stream. Oh wow, that's a laser. Where does that laser come from? Oh, it's a Dagon. Who puts Dagon in here? What the? This were heard, right? I will not try it out. I will not try it out. Bing! Cool. Cool. Oh, we have a point. More spell damage. Rare? I guess. But yeah, so I will not stream on Friday and I will not stream on Monday. So we'll be back on the Tuesday. And then we have a few games. We have Everspace 2. So for all the people who have missed it, Everspace 2 is coming out on Thursday. Unfortunately, in the evening. So not great for me by any means. And so I was thinking about already playing earlier and just create an early access save game and then take the early access save game with me. But they made it pretty clear that even if you can do that now, which you couldn't do or wasn't planned at the beginning, but now you can do it, the problem is that if you have already played beyond the point in the game where you would unlock one of the new features they implemented with 1.0 or even in early access, you would not get that feature. You would miss out on it. And so I don't know how far I can level in with the early access version before 1.0 is coming out in the evening. And then I would maybe miss out on some really cool gameplay stuff. Right? That's the biggest fear I basically have. Wow, this one is actually pretty good. Not for me necessarily, but for the other one. Yeah, so I don't want to wait out or miss out on like some cool upgrade path for my ship or something like that, right? Like something really cool where you go, whoa, where did the dude get the Death Star from? Right. And then, yeah. I don't want that. I don't want that. So I would just wait, what probably means that we will not play Everspace 2 before I come back on Tuesday. As much as that sucks. And I'm not happy of it. But And then next week on Thursday, we have the DLC for Warhammer Total War. And we will play that for a bit. Because that's the only game which is coming out next week. Funny enough. It's the only game coming out next week. So, and then we have the week of murder after that. And I just don't know how to... Oh. Give me just a second. That light, man. This is what you get. Fix. There you go. There's the Tron visual novel. Oh, I remember that. They announced this a few years ago, right? They announced this a few years ago, and they announced it as a Tron game, more or less. Right? Go like, oh my god, look, we are working on a Tron game. And then people were like, oh my god, a new Tron game. I wonder what it is. It's a visual novel. Oh. Oh, is it now? Okay. So that was a bit unfortunate. Aftershock. Huh. Do it. Everything dies. Yeah, I'm so happy when they can finally attack enemies on range. Oh. Yoink. I have to admit, I'm actually really happy with the build so far. I thought we would have much more issues with the build in endgame. Yes, I know it's just the beginning, but nonetheless, I would have thought it would be a much bigger pain in the ass than it actually is. So, do we do a complete respec? Do we do a complete respec, chat? I'm thinking about it. The question is, do I want to keep entangling roots? If I take entangling roots, like if I'm respecing, I would respec into Beastmaster to get the Scorpion. And then I would kick out Entangling Roots. Like, as cool as the roots are, I feel like they are not happening too often to really justify a full-on build. Right? Like, Entangling Roots are fine. It's just, I don't know. I think it could get more consistent DPS by having another pet. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a full-on respec. Well, not full-on respec, but redoing things and mold it more into the direction I want it to be. Let's do that. But yeah, so the Warhammer thing is the only one we have next week when I come back. And then, man, after that we just have the week of absolute craziness. Dead Island 2 I'm really hyped for, murdering some zombies. Then we have, what was the other one? There is this action RPG, or not action RPG, well, action RPG, 3D action RPG coming out a day before that. It's just, you know, so much to do. Just a second. Okay. We wanted to respec. Oh my god, we have to do a full respec, right? I hate that there is no, like, full respec button. I get why it doesn't exist. I totally do. Wait, what was it? Oh, yeah. I get why they are not doing it, because you're losing your mastery points. Right? So they don't really want to do that. But you get them back if you skill again. It's like, it's a bit weird. Why are you doing this? Because I also want to respec the 20 points in my druid, in my thing, not in my druid, in my primalist, because right now they are on, damn it, melee. That's why they have points in melee, and as you might have noticed, I'm not really doing melee anymore. So unfortunately, I have to respec completely here. Right here. Right, this one. Totally useless. Can I remove this? Yes. Increased health, health restored. Your next hit. Okay, hit is fine. I'm thinking actually if I'm just removing this completely. Increased minion damage granted 11 per point. Oh, when you trigger Hunter's Restoration. Hunter's Restoration. Oh, when I'm hitting something. Yeah, that's okay. That's a permanent thing. That's fine. Okay. So I think I want to keep the rest. Like having some health. I mean, this is also pretty good. But I'm working a lot with my pets. But 50 health. I mean, 50 health is 50 health. It's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, first, we don't need this anymore. Passives. So, we don't need this anymore. I don't do dual wield, so it doesn't matter. Increase minion damage. Increase spell damage. Elder Branch. Increase totem health. Ah, I don't need totem health. Stupid. No, I think this is fine. Bam. And then... Tempest Bond, increase cold lightning, increase physical damage. Is it doubled when you have an active minion? Nah. I like the idea as it is. Okay, 20 points in here. So now the Druid. Health and mana. That's not bad. 5 points in here. Increased physical damage per point. Increased minion physical damage. This is good. I'm doing physical damage. Funny enough. I do physical damage. We need 1 point here anyways. Bada boom. Increased damage while transformed. No rage decay out of combat. That is important still. Your melee attacks have a chance to inflict bleed on hit. Your spells have a chance to inflict poison on hit. Yes. But I need 8 points in here. That's a must-have anyways. Attack speed, cast speed. Let's bring movement speed. Spriggan for movement speed is actually not bad. I like that. First we need a point in here. Then we need... I like the movement speed because I'm already... At least 3 points. You know, I'm already at a point where I'm very slow. Locust hit. Spell physical damage. I don't think this is really that good. I don't know. How much poison chance do I have? Poison chance. Poison. That's the poison damage I'm doing more, but... Where's my poison chance? Is it on the other? Yeah, weird. 68%. Could be higher. Could be much higher. Could be much, much higher. Yeah. So... Yoink. Okay, how many points do we have left? 15. So... If I want to get the Scorpion, right meow, this would be the best time for it. I have to admit, I hate the skills I have to take here. They're all very defensively. There's nothing really I can use for poison. This one's great, but not really usable. Yeah. Like, I don't... So... This one's giving me strength, which doesn't matter. And this one is giving me increased melee damage and increased melee, it doesn't matter. So this is the one I have to take. Dodge rating. I mean, dodge rating is fine, but it's not great. Then I have to put in the boar one when you were getting hit with by a melee attack. Let's be honest here. Not what I really want, but can't really do anything else. Expected to always increase physical damage and chance of attack. I don't need that. Even though, wait a second, increased physical damage. My cast, as funny as that sounds, is a physical attack. It is a physical attack. But it's bleed. I don't do bleed. I don't care for bleed. It's poison. I think I'm going for this anyway, so we put another point in here. Yeah. What is this? You and your companion have additional health and your companions are healed whenever you use a companion ability. Never happens. The answer is, doesn't happen. But having more health, I take it. And there's my scorpion. So those were all the points. I know this is super defensive. Wow, there's a lot of health. There is a lot of health for the point I'm at right now. Shit. Okay. Let's remove some points. So I don't need this anymore. Right. Veil spirits. Oh. I maybe want to keep this. Because I'm casting more and more spirit thorns. And so I just get an extra point. I don't know if I keep this veil, the Spirit Whisperer. We will see. But that means I can put in 2 points here. 3. That's 18. And then we can put in... two points in here. That could work. Yeah. That could work. Armor with shield. Don't know if you really do that. So this is completely going out of the window. Goodbye. Take that out. And bring the scorpion in. I said, bring the scorpion in. God damn it, game. What do I want? I have to admit, I haven't really... damage over time. Nice. I'm thinking about making the scorpion actually like a range attack thingy. Maybe summoning your summons maybe scorpion every 10 seconds. Baby scorpions have unlimited duration but can be killed. What's a baby scorpion doing? Baby scorpions count as minions of your scorpion rather than your minions. Oh, okay. But still benefit from stats that affect your minions. Oh. Oh. Maybe that's good. activating the Scorpion ability, I never do that. I never do that. As stupid as that sounds. But the Scorpion will never use this ability because I'm in my transformation and I cannot trigger them. Ooh, just create a poison pool with it. No, that's shit. Poison pools grant you and your minions increased attack speed and cast speed. Wow. That's actually pretty brutal because I have a lot of minions just standing in there. So if there's a poison pool there, and they are standing in that poison pool, they are also getting buffed. That's kind of ridiculous. When you think about it, it's kind of cool. Plus the Scorpion babies. I think we can make it happen. Okay, we have to put in 3 points here anyways. Acid Lob. I want the babies. Yes. Yes. All the babies. That sounds odd. Alright. That. 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 And that. Actually, I don't need that. No, that's dumb. We can put in... Oh, no, yeah, the jump is fine. If we are ever in the human form, which we don't. We have at least one jump to get away. So... I should have probably remembered my DPS in the Spriggan form.
You know, Mo, that would have been a really smart thing to do. Remembering actually how much damage you made, and then you can actually compare it. Yeah. That would have been really smart. But hey, I ain't known for smart things, okay? Okay.
Let me see. How much DPS do I do? Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Wow. Ooh. We lost like 500 DPS, I would say. Yikes. That's a bit rough. Which makes sense. Which makes sense. I mean, we have what? We are missing completely this, which is super important. We are missing this part. We are missing also 2 points in here. Like we're definitely missing a few DPS points, but we needed them to get the Scorpion, and I think the Scorpion will be an overall better DPS. There we go. Yeah. I think the Scorpion overall will be better for the general DPS. I will never be able to use that special ability. Oh shit, wait a second. Damage per second, 61. What? Oh, it's the Venom Nova, not the... Can I see the stat? Okay, I've never checked that. Can I see the stats of my minion? No, not really. Huh. Okay. Oh well, we will figure it out. Maybe it was the biggest mistake I've ever done in my life. We will find that out. I will certainly not die anymore. I can tell you that. Like I am unkillable at this point. But then everything is like super slow. Actually, it's not too bad. It's just that the enemy has 15% more resistance on any of everything and 30% more health. So it would take longer anyways. And I would say the damage is still... I think I've lost just a little bit of my own damage, but gained so much more minion DPS, which is exactly what I wanted. And again, DPS is also not super duper important. Because I'm using dots. Right. So the DPS of my abilities is like... Does it really matter? This one could be good. Hey, stop it. Oh! Well, hello there. I take that. You know what's funny? I never planned this build to become like this. Like when I first played, I was a melee fighter, Swarmblade. Right, this is my multiplayer character, by the way. Sorry. But freeze. This is my multiplayer character, right? And so Swarmblade was like the first thing I did. And then became Spriggan. And my initial plan was they do most of the damage through right click. And only right click. That was my initial plan. And then it... Weirdly enough, it became... Oh boy. It became this. Oh, I am human. Wow, this is the first time I became human. That's crazy. I think I never became a human. Probably used too many totems and didn't attack enough. Yeah, never was forced into human form. Interesting. That's because I don't have the entangling anymore. The entangling was giving me some good range. Range. I think the highest I ever got with poison stacks was 120. I think. That was the highest I ever got. I don't even know how I managed that. Alrighty. Oh boy. Next points. Baby scorpions. Yay! Let's get some babies. More babies. Oh, baby scorpion summoning frequency. How quickly do they die? Wait. Okay, there's one. Wow, what was that? Nearly 10 seconds? Yikes. That's a bit... Yeah, every 10 seconds.
Like, Mole, it would be in the description if you would read the description.
What? Blasphemy. Me reading the description. I need some loot filter, but I don't want to right now. I hate to set up the loot filter. Oh! Ah, exalted daggers. Do I need exalted daggers? Let me think. I mean, exalted is exalted, right? So you get what you get. Yeah, I think we will get the exalted daggers, folks, and then we'll call it for today. I think. Boink. Haste Shrine. How much attack speed do I have right now thanks to the Haste Shrine? Ow. 46. Maybe I should go attack speed as well. But that's too many stats. I'm doing too many stats. But it's like super important. Yeah, attack speed seems to be like super duper important. I need more of that. Let's see what we can get. I mean, it makes sense. If you're working with dots and you're basically putting your dots on the enemy by attacking, right? It's like a, well, duh. This was a quick one. This is the one thing I really love about this. Like, I see a lot of people comparing it, or try to compare it with PoE. And look, I get it. But people are like, hey, why does PoE not do this? Why does PoE not do this? Oh, like faster maps, so let PoE do this. And it's like, folks, you have this game. No, I want this in PoE. Wow, this thing is bananas. Kinda. Actually, the elemental damage is shit. But this thing is pretty bananas, nonetheless. Ooh, physical damage. Hell yeah. Poison spell hit. Shit, man. That one was pretty good. Intelligence is useless. But yeah, people are like, yeah, I want this in PoE. No, you don't. Here's the thing with PoE. I know that some people would love to have PoE, but a little bit more simple. Oh wow, that would be a damage increase. But would it be a damage increase for my poison? $63. Oh no. No. Yeah, no. No. It would be a lose. Like the 100 DPS I would do more. I would lose 30% of poison damage. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, before I forget it. Yoink. And that's why you check, folks. Oh, this one. But increase critical strike. And I would lose a lot of stats. This one. Minion critical strike doesn't matter. Actually, I think this one's better. Void resistance, I lose necrotic and fire. I already have pretty high fire and necrotic. And I get void. Yeah, that's better. Plus again, minion critical strike multiplayer doesn't matter. My minions are not for critting. My minions are for dots. So, don't care.
Yes.
Don't care. I have so many of those. I don't need another one. Seriously. Those ones. I have to give that to my mate. Oh, don't look at my at my tabs, please. Don't do that. If you don't want to go mad, don't do that. It's a horror. Absolute horror. But yeah, so like no, you don't really want that in PoE because PoE is a hardcore game and the core of the community is very hardcore. Like they have thousands of hours. I get it as a new player. Oh, it's arena. Oh, I love me some arenas. As a new player, I totally understand where you're coming from. I really do. But they will not make it easier. Even PoE 2. I don't think that PoE 2 will become much easier. Like, they definitely plan on doing some interesting changes, which I think will be healthier for the game in some ways. But in the end, it will still be a complicated game. And that's what PoE is known for. But to really compare PoE with this game, they take ideas from PoE, PoE took ideas from Diablo 2 and some other games. Like, everyone is like just taking ideas from each other, but they follow their own path. I think this is why Last Epoch, in the end, will have a strong fellowship or followership, not fellowship, followership. Because it is different enough. It doesn't try to be Diablo nor PoE. I would even go so far to say it is a little bit closer to Grim Dawn. Wait, let me check the shrines first. I think there's nothing good here you can get. They are all combat shrines, right? Yeah. Like... Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Wow. 7%. Chance to chill. Increase poison. Chance to bleed. Meh. Chance to ignite. Wow. What a bunch of crap. Shock. Nah. Nah. But yeah, I don't think that this game has to be PoE. I don't think that PoE has to be this game. Like, both games, as I said, pretty much respectable in their own rights. So I don't really see the problem. How late is it? Nah. You know what? Nah. I said we're ending after this. So that's exactly what we are doing. I will be back tomorrow at 8 AM ET with Mole in the Morning and New Gaming News. And then we will probably play some Sunhaven. Probably, depending on what I want to do. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow. Keep in mind that on Friday I will not stream because holiday. And then I will be back on Tuesday. But don't you worry, in the meantime, there will be enough videos to keep you occupied and entertained, at least for a little bit. And maybe if I really feel like it, I will just stream something if I'm like super bored and have nothing else to do. But I have a lot on my plate right now, so yeah, I have to do stuff. With that said, folks, thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content. Check out my Diablo podcast, which I released on the channel. Not on this one, but at Mole RP. You can check it out there if you want to. And that is in your wheelhouse because, let's be honest here, action RPGs, right? Same thing. But yeah, it's Mole in Hell, episode 3 is available. And we are talking a little bit about the things which are not here. In the next few weeks, probably tomorrow, we are starting to push out more Redfall content. Because Redfall is actually a game on my list, and it's coming out in 3 weeks, or well, in 4 weeks actually, to be more precise. And I think it's one of those games which could make quite a bit of dent in this channel, because I think it's big enough to get the attention, but it's still like in this weird flux of a lot of people just don't know yet what to think about it, and there are not a lot of YouTubers who are covering it, right? So Redfall is definitely one of my whoa, need that. And then of course Age of Wonders 4 is also coming out at the same time. But yeah, those will be the main focuses coming up here in the channel very soon. But with that said, I have to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I see you tomorrow at 8 AM ET, probably with some cozy Sunhaven. Till then, have a good one. Bye bye. Ka-ching! Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it for everyone who came out. Thank you.